Good morning, Bulls fans. This is your 12U Bulls taking on the Atlanta Ice Bandits in SYTHL League play. It is Dark 30 Sunday morning, and thank you guys for getting up and joining us. Looks like we're going to have Elijah Cole pulling up Tindy duty for us this morning, at least starting out. Bulls coming off of a 6-6 tie against the Owensboro Rampage yesterday. Not the best game we've ever played. And Owensboro was on fire. So, see how the Bulls respond this morning. Typically Sunday is our better day anyway, but so we'll have a 3-minute warm-up here. About 2 minutes left in that. 13-minute periods, minute and a half penalties. We'll go ahead and take this opportunity to give a shout out to our coaches. Big thank you to them, head coach Josh Uptain, assistant coach Chris Brennan, and then there's me, I guess. But in all seriousness, we appreciate everything that our volunteer coaches do at all age levels. They put in a lot of work and pour into our young men and women out here. Big thanks to our pro coaches, too. We have a handful of coaches from the Pro Bowls that come out and help during the week, teaching the kids some things, and it's always nice to get a veteran out there to give the kids some pointers. All right, 30 seconds left in this warm-up. We'll get this thing going here. If you got access to the chat, want to give a player a shout out, drop a Go Bulls. By all means, we welcome that. And I'm watching the chat, so be glad to give you a shout out on here. Yeah, excuse me, guys. I'm still drinking my coffee, so my brain's not quite awake yet. All right, so we got the buzzer. Refs are on the ice, and we are ready to get this thing moving. A couple last-minute words of wisdom here from Coach Josh. All right, here we go. Starting out for the Bulls, we're going to have the hustle line out first. Jack Hooper at center, Ethan Buck on his left, Caleb Doro on his right. Back on defense, we've got Jude Cody and Bay Thomas. Here come the Ice Bandits. Puck is dropped. Jack wins it forward, presses into Bandit. Oh, can't quite get in the zone, but here comes Caleb to help him out. Bandits recover this one. Passing up through the center. Bandits in the zone now. Jack Cooper there harassing his man right as he crosses the blue line. Sends it back to his defense. Bay Thomas circles behind the net, sends it around looking for Caleb Doro. Caleb sends this one up, but it's going to get to the Bandit defense. They take a shot. Stopped by Bay Thomas before it can get to the net. Bay sends it around for Ethan. Ethan loses it off the end of his stick, goes down. This one gets to Elijah. Elijah bats it away for Jude. Jude goes to Ethan. Ethan retreats behind the Bulls net. Now he's up through the center. Ethan's on the rush now. Ethan's got a lot of open ice in front of him. He's got Jack with him and Caleb. Ethan takes a shot. I think he about crippled that poor kid. They take another shot. Deflected by the goalie. Ethan recovers in the corner. Passes to Jack on the backside. Takes a shot. Stopped by the goalie. Jack shoots again. Blocked by a defender. Caleb Doro causes a turnover. Jack shoots. Deflected by the goalie. Here comes Ethan Buck again. Ethan behind the net. Drags around one. He's still got the puck. Ethan passes back to his defense. Jude Cody going to set it up. Takes a shot from way downtown. Deflected almost by Caleb over the goalie's shoulder. Bulls still trying to work this one to the center and get a good shot off. Jack harassing his man. Stopped at the blue line by Jude. Oh, now it comes out. Bulls got to go tag up. We got offsides. Hey, Sean Sparks. Thanks for watching this morning. Lonnie Vogan. Keegan's line is out. Bulls win the faceoff. Keegan's in the zone now. Pushes through. It's just him and the goalie. Takes a shot. And Keegan Brennan scores the first one for the Bulls. Same line out here. Keegan, Sasha, and Gus. Back on defense, we've got Colton Pennington and Lucas Colmajor. Bulls push this one forward. Picked up by Gus now. He's in the zone. Goes wide for Keegan. Keegan's going to get it in the corner. Keegan settling down, assessing his options. Presses through, takes a shot, deflected by the goalie. Sasha tries to backhand that one in. Deflected by a defender. Over to Keegan now on the near side boards. Keegan battling with the man in the corner. Keegan comes away with it. Keegan passes to Gus. Gus goes through the legs of a defender. Can't get the shot off, though. Gus behind the net. Circles around. Gus back to the blue line. Takes a shot, but over in the corner. Now Sasha tees off on that one, but it's stopped by a defender. Back to the defense. Colmajor has it now. Lines up. Passes it back over to Gus. Bobbled pass now. Lets the Ice Bandits press out of the zone. Over to Gus now. Gus up to Sasha. Sasha trying to work around a man. Back to Gus. Gus presses in the zone, but loses his feet. And the Ice Bandits come away with this puck. They're on the rush now. Bandits in the zone. Working behind the net now. Colmajor sends it around looking for Gus. Gus tips it forward, lets it keep rolling. Keegan comes in, trying to clear the zone. Colmajor has it now. He's skating forward, and he should. There's a ton of ice in front of him. Colmajor passes over looking for Keegan. It gets to Sasha. Sasha trying to settle this one down. Can't maintain possession, though. Goes down. Bandits trying to clear this one out. It gets to Keegan. Keegan works it through the middle. Keegan working out wide. Trying to backhand one at the net. Loses the puck in the corner. They're going to send it up towards the Bulls' defense, but Pennington does a great job of sealing the boards there, but they do flip this one out, and we're going to have an icing. I hear you, Sean. It's not 85 degrees here. Oh, 85 inches, sorry. It's not warm here, whatever. It's cold. Remy's line is out. Nate Key on his left, Will Federley on his right. Remy wins this one over towards Will, but defenders get a stick on it. Back to Fisher. Fisher goes to Nate Key. Nate Key cross-checks a guy in the throat, and that's going to be a penalty. So they're going to get Nate on that one for sure. So you Bulls go on a penalty kill for the first time in this game. 9:17 left to play. Puck is dropped. Remy wins it over towards the center, but defender, attacker gets in the way. Now here goes Will trying to dig it out on the far side boards. They send this one all the way across. Remy in pursuit. Remy's going to go up the boards, send this one up for, that is Lucas Bencomo. Big Ben's in the slot, takes a shot. Big Ben recovers his own rebound, takes another shot. Goalie did a great job shutting that one down. Bandits on the rush through the neutral zone. Defense dropping back. Bulls playing very conservatively here. Remy goes around one. Remy presses up the boards. Here's Big Ben again. Bandits put a stick on it, though, and switch the ice. Toss it deep in the Bulls zone. Fisher drops back. Fisher assessing his options. Was behind the net. Passes up long for Big Ben. Big Ben's not going to clear this one out, and the Bandits managed to throw it right back deep into Bulls territory. Remy obtains there. Remy skating hip to hip with a guy, and he loses. The defender lost his feet. Now we're out of the zone. Will Federley's pressing forward. Will, with a head full of steam, tries to drag around one, but the defender put a stick on it. Will loses his stick, and Ice Bandits recover. Remy keeping it in the zone. Will's going to circle wide. This one barely comes out, but the Bulls were tagged up. Will working towards the center, tries to poke this one in. Cannot get there as the goalie puts a paddle on it. Back to the defense. Oh, it jumps over Tripp's stick, and the defense is going to have to hustle back to get there. Bulls have killed the penalty at this point. Faye Thomas gets there first. She circles around, passes up looking for Ethan Buck, stopped by the Bandits on the boards. They take a shot, blocked by Bay. Another shot from the blue line. Elijah Cole shuts that one down. Tripp recovers on the far side boards. No pressure. No pressure at all. Tripp's deking around one. Now Tripp skating. Tripp goes in the zone now. Tripp takes a shot wide of the net. Ethan Buck in pursuit. Nate Key has it now. Nate loses his feet, and the defense is going to have to scramble off of that one. Bay gets back there and manages to disrupt the play. Bulls trying to clear the zone as they were a little scrambled. Tripp pressuring his man far to the side. Shot goes wide and around the net. Back to Caleb Doro. Caleb got some space, feeds Ethan Buck way deep in the neutral zone. Ethan's in. He's got Jack with him. Ethan lines up a shot. It ramps off a stick and up into the boards. Back to the defense. Tripp's going to fire this one out. Too many defenders in the way. On the rush now, Bandits in the zone. Bay Thomas uses the body and gets that play slowed down, and Ethan Buck comes in and steals. Ethan Buck sends this one up for Jack Hooper. Jack Hooper, oh, can't quite get there, and we've got an icing. Keegan's line is back out. Keegan, Sasha, and Gus are out there. This one gets one back to Jude Cody. He flips it forward, trying to get it to his wingers, but Bandits get a stick on it first. They try to center one. It deflects off a Cole Major's stick and almost in the net. Sasha working up the near side boards. Sasha's got some space in front of him now. He's working through the center, passes across for Keegan. Keegan's in the zone. Keegan stopped by a defender. Gus tries to rim this one around for Keegan. He gets it behind the net, goes for the wraparound. Sasha comes up to clean up the loose change, and that's in. Sasha Dediu gets number 2 off of Keegan's rebound. Bulls go up 2-0 with 5:30 left in the first. Keegan wins this one over to Sasha. Sasha, it's a little bit turned around there. Jude up to Gus. Gus is in the zone. He's got all of his wing offense partners with him. Bandits send this one up and out. And pass from Jude goes in the neutral zone. Pennington has to drop back. Pennington up to Keegan. Keegan to Gus. Gus trying to enter the zone here. He does. Gus takes a shot. Blockered aside by the goalie. Keegan flips this one up and deeper into Bandit territory. Bandits trying to clear this one out. They get past Colton. Gus Federley with the back check helping out. Sends it back for Jude. Jude's going to retreat and deep into Bulls territory. Pressure from the Bandits. Right there. Intercepted pass. They're going to spin fire, and Elijah sticks that one aside. Bandits right there threatening. Here comes Pennington. Puts a stick on it. Bandits recover. Take a shot. Elijah just scoops that one out of the air. Says nope. Remy's line is out. Back on defense, Fisher and Lucas Colemager. Remy wins this one over to Will. Will trying to push this one out of the zone and skates right into the teeth of the defense. They're going to recover, take a shot, blocked by Fisher. Fisher standing tall there for his defensive position. Will recovers. Will's out of the zone now, up the far side boards, pressured by the defense. And Colemager comes in with the pickpocket. He's in the zone now. Colemager fires from the boards, and it's deflected by the goalie. Back to Will. Will goes to his defense. Fisher winds up. Back to Will. Bandits recover. Remy pressures on the near side boards. This one's going to squirt out into the neutral zone. Recovered by Fisher. Fisher retreats. Goes back towards Nate Key. Nate Key drags around one. Nate Key on the rush now. Nate Key in the zone. Throws the brakes on, but the Bandits get there. They're going to send this one back to Colemager. He settles it down, fires, and Lucas Colemager scores from the board. Tucked it right into the left side of the net. Nice job by Lucas Colemager. Hustle line comes out. Jack for the faceoff. Jack over to Ethan. Ethan presses in the zone. Ethan chasing his own pass, but the Bandits are going to get there first. Ethan stops it with his skates. They're going to fire this one back up to the blue line. It goes right to Big Ben. Big Ben with the missile, and that one's deflected in by Caleb Doro. Big Ben and Caleb working together to make that one happen. Oh, I'm sorry. They're saying 91 got the goal. So it was Big Ben to Ethan Buck that flipped that one in. Went it over towards Caleb, but pressure from number 20, who's got a ton of speed, pushes it into the Bull zone. Tripp recovers, tries for a pass wide. They take a shot on Elijah point blank, but he shuts it down. Trying for the centering pass here over to Jack. Jack's going to clear this one. Nope, not quite. Here comes Tripp trying to clear it out. He gets it up to Caleb. Caleb sends this one careening down the ice. And Bandits clear the zone. The only one back is Big Ben. Big Ben gets stick wide. They take a bad shot on Elijah, and he just clicks that one to the side. Big Ben recovers behind the net. Big Ben passes up to Ethan in some space. Ethan on the move now. Ethan in the zone. Tries to split the defense, and the puck gets away from him. And they're going to clear the zone here. Back to Big Ben. Big Ben fending one off. Over to Caleb. Caleb presses forward. Caleb, right into the defender, and they put a stick on it. They're going to call Caleb for a trip there, but that stick was nowhere near that kid's feet. So Bulls go back on the penalty kill as they get Caleb Doro for a trip. Keegan's line is out. Back on defense, we've got Colton and Bay. Keegan presses this one forward. Keegan likes an aggressive penalty kill, and he does a good job getting shorties sometimes, but Bandits recover, and they're going to fire. Again, shooting on net. Elijah a little out of position, gets back. Bandits defense skating in with this one. Take a shot from the boards, well wide of the net. Bandits try to settle this one down, go for a centering shot, and cover it. Keegan sends this one back towards Pennington. Colton trying to defend against that man. They send a half-hearted shot on net, and Elijah throws the glove on it. .52 seconds left in our penalty. And it looks like the penalty clock is not running. Shot stopped by Bay Thomas. She puts a skate on it, sends it over to Nate Key. Nate Key get up and go out through the center. Nate Key on the rush, goes around the defense. Nate Key takes a bad angle shot, though, goes behind the net. Picked up now by Remy Uptain. He's going to chip it back in deep as Colton gets back in his defensive position. Nate Key chasing over here in the corner. Nate can't get to it. This one's going to clear the zone. Remy Uptain on the back check, gets it, circles, assesses his options, passes up for Nate Key. Nate Key on the move again around the defense. Nate takes a shot off the side of the net. Almost tucked that one in on the left side. Bandits trying to clear the zone. Bay slowing him down, sends it over for Nate Key. Nate can't careen this one, and here comes Colton, and he's got Caleb with him out of the penalty box. Colton presses forward, takes a shot, and misses wide left. Nate dropping back on the defensive position. Bandits are on the rush, and Bay Thomas gets in there. Bay steals it away from the Bandit, and I thought we were going to have a hooking call there, but no dice. Here comes Nate Key now. Nate Key pressing forward, sends this one up, hits Caleb Doro in space, and Caleb couldn't catch up to that one. Too much on it. No icing here. Bay Thomas is going to drop back. And that's going to be your period, folks. So we will take a quick break and be right back with it. All right, we are back at it. Graham Stephen coming in for the Bulls. Graham had an amazing game yesterday when the Bulls played the, what was it that we played? The Cottonmouths. Hustle line is out. Jack, Ethan, Caleb back on defense. Big Ben and Fisher. Ref checks in with the goalies. Drops the puck. Bandits win this one forward. Pushing in the zone. Fisher blocking that one. Great job by Fisher on his defensive position. Jack Hooper recovers. Jack trying to press out of the zone. Jack gets it out. Big Ben sends it back up for him, but Bandits immediately jump on it. Bandits in the zone, trying to take a shot. Big Ben gets in the way. Recovered again by Jack. He goes behind the net. Jack up to Caleb. Caleb hits Ethan in space. Ethan tips it forward, chases his own pass. Ethan Buck trying to move through, trying not to draw a penalty as he is like 2 times the size of those other kids. Jack Hooper over to Caleb Doro. Caleb backhands it to Ethan. Ethan winds up, fires wide right. Caleb Doro back checking, trying to run his man down here. Bandits chip it into Bulls territory. Fisher picks it up behind the net, goes around one, hits Caleb Doro in the corner. Caleb up to Big Ben. Big Ben trying to clear this one out. Does. Bandits chasing into their territory. Jack Hooper and Ethan Buck. Ethan bats that one down. Can't keep it in the zone, though. Jack's got to get back. Here goes Ethan circling, trying to assess his options. Hits Caleb on the far side. Caleb goes high in the zone, and this one actually hits the net and goes out of bounds. So we will have a face-off right outside the zone. Line change for the Bulls. Out comes Keegan's line. Keegan, Gus, and Sasha. Back on defense, we've got Lucas Coltmajer and Trip Freeman. Keegan wins this one forward. Takes a dive over a stick. Sasha comes in to help him out, but Bandits clear it. Coltmajer dropping back. Backhands one up for Sasha. Keegan's going to come in now. Keegan cannot get to the puck. Coltmajer not letting him advance past that red line. Tips it forward, and Gus Federley's there. He throws it deep into Bandit territory. It chases his own pass. This one gets back to Trip. Trip can't wrangle it in, but it's going to go back to Lucas. Lucas sends it forward for Keegan. Keegan loses it off the end of his stick, and Bandits get this one out into neutral territory. Coltmajer flips this one up for Sasha. Sasha defends with his hips, sends it wide for Gus. Gus is going to have to hurry to get there. Gus does, presses deeper into Bandit territory, but a stick from a defender interrupts the play. Keegan now pressing forward. Keegan's got it in the corner. Keegan circling, drags past one, takes a backhanded shot, deflected by the goalie. Nice stop, goalie. Back to Trip. Trip gets hit. Trip trying to drag through traffic, and too much pressure from the Bandits, causing that one to go out in the neutral zone. Gus had dropped back to cover for Trip, and now he spins and fires it in for Keegan. It's just Keegan and the goalie. Keegan takes a shot, collects his own rebound, hits the post. Bulls trying to cover up and recover the loose change, but the Bandits get there first and press out. Coltmajer dropping back on defense. Bad angle shot goes over the net. Nice job by Coltmajer to box his man out there and force that bad angle shot. Gus trying to defend the puck here. Sends it around for Coltmajer. Lucas gets tangled up with a Bandit behind the net. Sends it back around for Trip. Trip pressing forward. Hits Keegan in the neutral zone. Keegan over to Sasha. Sasha gets the puck, advances forward. He takes a shot, and it deflects off the goalie's blocker and into the net. Sasha Dediu gets number 2 for himself. 5 for the Bulls. Remy, Nate, Will out for the Bulls. Back on defense, we've got Colton and Jude. Remy wins this one over to Nate. Nate circles. Nate presses up the near side boards. Nate working towards the center, takes a shot, snipes it right over the blocker. Catcher, excuse me. Nate Key with an exclamation point there. 6-0 Bulls. 9:23 left in the second. Bandits win this one forward, but Will takes it away. Will presses in the zone now. Will skates wide into the slot, and a shot deflected by a Bandit skate. Bandits clear the zone here. Back to Jude. Defense dropping back in position. Bandits take a shot and kicked aside by Graham Stephen. Jude recovers, sends it up for Will. Will working up the near side boards. Will tosses it deep into Bandit territory. Remy Uptain presses forward. Remy with that forecheck, not going to give him a whole lot of time to set anything up. They're going to clear the zone here. Back to Jude. Jude spins, fires over to Nate Key. Nate Key takes it in. He's got Will with him. Takes a shot from the high slot. Nate Key gets himself. What a shot by, 2 shots by Nate, back to back. Jack Hooper out for the face-off. Jack ties up with his man, wins this one forward, but a stick from a defender disrupts that. Jack trying his best to make something happen here. Caleb Doro pressuring. Caleb on the boards, presses his man off the puck, and bad pass though, gets across to a Bandit. Big Ben blocks that shot with his stick. Big Ben working this one out, giving his offense time to go set up. Here goes Ethan Buck now. Ethan Buck takes a shot from the top of the red circle. This one's deflected over the net by the goalie, and Bandits trying to press out of the zone here. Ethan Buck disrupts the play. Over to Caleb Doro now. Caleb circles, comes out of the Bulls zone, working it up the near side boards. It's all 3 Bulls, but I think Ethan had just a half a step on Caleb into the zone. That's going to be an offsides. Keegan's line comes out. Lucas Colmajor and Fisher Renicky back on defense. Keegan pushes forward, but the Bandits send this one wide. Picked up by Fisher back in Bulls territory. Fisher hits Sasha. Sasha gets it out past the blue paint. Sasha over to Keegan. Keegan and Gus in the zone now. Keegan hits Gus in the near side boards. Gus back to Keegan, but it was a little bit behind him, and he loses his feet, causing a turnover. Bandits on the rush now. Here comes Keegan on the back check, steals it away, up to Gus. Gus is on the rush up the boards. Gus works towards the middle, overruns the puck just a little bit, and the Bandits are going to be able to, not quite chip this one out. Keegan Brennan comes in, working this one and keeping it live for the Bulls. Lucas Colmajor skates up from his defensive position, trying to drag around 1, drag around 2. He's defending the puck over there in the corner. He's getting a whole lot of pressure from the Bandits, though. Keegan comes in, helps him out, back over to Sasha. Sasha works in, trying for that pass across to Gus. Can't connect. Back to Lucas Colmajor. Lucas over to Fisher. Fisher back to Lucas Colmajor. Colmajor sends it into the far side boards and manages to keep it live for the Bulls. Throws it deeper into Bandit territory. Bandits retreating behind their net. Gus on the forecheck here. This one's going to clear the zone, though, and Fisher's got to hustle to get back. Fisher and Lucas get there, put a stick on it, and slow the Bandit down. They take a shot, but it's deflected by Graham Stephen. Back up to Sasha now. Sasha hits Keegan in stride. Keegan on the move. It's a 2-on-1. He flips it over to Gus. It's Gus and the goalie, and Gus Federley puts one up in the top corner, right where Grandma keeps the peanut butter. All right, we got some line changes going on here. Trip Freeman's going to take the face-off. He's got Jude on his left, Will on his right. Back on defense, we've got Nate and Remy shaking up the lines a little bit here. Off the face-off, Bandits tie up with the Bulls, but it's going to get over to Will. Will presses in the zone. It's Will and Trip. Will working it in deeper. Trip going towards the net. A backhanded pass over to Jude Cody. Jude shoots, but can't quite connect with the net. Bandit's going to clear the zone here. Remy dropping way back on defense. Remy circles, assesses his options. Going to pass up, looking for Will. Will tips this one forward and into the neutral zone. Will on the rush now. Throws the brakes on, and Jude Cody going right there with him. Nate Key comes in to help out, sends it over towards Jude. Tripp now gets tied up with one. Tripp trying to work around his man, but Bandits swarm him, and they're going to get this one up to Remy at the blue line. But in comes Jude. Jude and Remy trying to keep this one live for the Bulls, but it gets out in the neutral zone. Here goes Nate now. Nate pressing forward. Nate spins, loses his feet. This one gets back to Remy. Remy sends it forward for Will. Will tips it in the zone. Bulls trying to keep it alive at the blue line. Nate lost his feet, though, and Bandits are going to press forward into Bulls territory. Remy puts a stick on it to slow him down, though. Taking a shot from the blue line, well wide of the net. Graham's got to get back in position. He does. Tripp now gets the puck loose, trying to work it up the far side boards. Gets pressured off. And Bandits working it back towards the Bulls net. Here comes Nate Key, though. Nate Key works around one. Nate Key's got a whole lot of space in front of him. Got to watch the offsides. It's Nate and Will. Nate passes over to Will. Will loses it off the end of his stick, though. Will settling it down. Works in tighter. Right towards the goalie. Takes a shot. And Will Federley hits 5-hole and puts one on the board. All right, Jack's line, excuse me, hang on. We got Jack out for the faceoff, and we've got Ethan and Big Ben on offense with him. Back on defense is Caleb Doro and Colton Pennington. Caleb sends this one up for Jack. Jack over to Ethan. Ethan's trying to battle off a guy half his size and not draw a penalty. Back to Caleb. Caleb's got to settle it down, goes wide for Pennington. Pennington to Ethan Buck. Ethan back to Caleb. Caleb goes wide for Big Ben. Big Ben's in the zone. He's got Jack skating right with him. Big Ben goes wide, takes a shot wide left of the net. This one gets back to Ethan. Ethan goes back towards the defense. Drop pass for Colton. Nice job there. Colton skates in, takes a shot. It's over the net. Over to Big Ben now. Big Ben trying to settle this one down. Takes a shot. It gets over to Jack Hooper. Jack working behind the net now. Jack tries to center this one, but nobody's home. Bandits intercept, and they're going to press out of the zone. Caleb Doro trying to work him into the boards, and Caleb does, but they're going to get Caleb for something. Roughing. All right, so Caleb will go to the box for a minute and a half for roughing. So Bulls on a penalty kill here. Out for the Bulls, we're going to have Keegan, Sasha on offense. Or, I don't know, this is different. All right, we're going to have Sasha for the face-off. Gus on offense. Keegan and Lucas Colmager will be back on defense. Some line shakeups here. Sasha sends this one forward. Shot from the Bandits is blocked by Colmager. And Bulls are going to clear this one out. Here comes Gus now on the rush. It's Gus and Sasha. Gus on the far side boards. Sasha trying to set something up. Gus drags around one, drags around two. Too many defenders in the way. And back to Lucas Colmager. Colmager starts to skate forward, goes for a backhanded pass to Sasha. Now it's over to Keegan. Keegan dragging around one, dragging around two, killing some of this penalty time off. Keegan Brennan loses his feet, and Colmager is going to have to hustle back here. Backhanded shot goes over Graham's blocker and into the top of the net. Very nice shot by that Bandits offenseman. So that'll clear that penalty. All right, out for the Bulls for the face-off is Tripp Freeman and Fisher Renicky on his left, Bay Thomas on his right. Back on defense is Nathan Remy. Tripp sends it over towards Fisher. Fisher can't hang on to it, though, and Bandits send one on the net, but it's just scooped up by Graham. 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the second period. Bulls up 9-1. Tripp sends this one over to Remy. Remy tips it forward. It clears the zone. Nope, not quite. Bay Thomas drags it forward, though, trying to work it up the near side boards. Remy tried to hit Tripp in space, but it kind of got around Tripp's stick. Now Nate Key passes it up to Tripp. Tripp presses in the zone up the far side boards. Tripp goes around, working towards the net, and can't quite stick it in there. Bay's trying to help him out, but it gets back to Remy in the neutral zone. Remy's going to spin. Remy goes to Nate. Nate works it forward. Nate hits Bay right in the center. Bay trying to split the defense. Back around to, oh no, it gets past Nate and in the neutral zone. Remy obtained back there. Remy goes wide, hits Tripp right at the blue line. Tripp chops it down and chases the pass into Bandits territory, but this one's going to come out. Nate Key getting harassed at center ice. Nate spins, looks for some options, but too much pressure from the Bandits. Now they spread him out. It's Fisher on the far side boards. He's in the zone. Fisher stops, pulls up short, but a stick from a defender disrupts that play. Nate Key comes in to help out. Poke check sends it back forward into Bandit territory and slows them down. Remy obtained back on defense. Remy pressures his man against the boards. They try for a centering pass, but Tripp Freeman with the interception there. Gets it over to Nate Key, and Nate over to Remy. They're trying to work this one out. A little discombobulated there as the Bandits were pressuring heavily into Bulls territory. Tripp ties up a man right at the blue line. Tripp can't quite clear this one out. Now he's going to get it out of there. That's offsides. Six seconds left in the second period here. Colton for the face-off. He's got Tripp on his right, Jude on his left. Back on defense still, Remy and Nate. Puck is dropped. Colton presses forward. He's in the zone now. Not much time if he wants to get a shot off, but he can't quite get there in time. So that'll do it for the second period. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, and we're back. Out for the Bulls, we're going to have, let's see here. Big Ben's going to take the face-off, I think. No, Jack is going to take the face-off. Big Ben on his right, Ethan on his left. Back on defense, we've got, who is that? That is Will Federley and Gus Federley. And Elijah's back in net. See, we can't put Will and Gus on the same line because they're twins and they have like the telepathy thing going on, so they don't have to talk to each other. No, but Josh does give him grief about it. Bandits push this one forward off the face-off. Jack recovers it in the neutral zone. Jack pressing forward. Jack got a head full of steam. He can taste this one. Jack and the goalie. Jack takes a shot off the rebound. Big Ben. Shot is blocked by the goalie. Ethan circles. Ethan lines up, fires. Blocked by the goalie. Big Ben tried to ram the loose change home, but nothing doing. Very nice work by the Bandits goalie there. So we do have a running clock in this period. Bulls win this one over. It jumps over Jack's stick, though. Back to Will. Will tips it forward deep into Bandit territory. Pursued by Big Ben. Bandits trying to work this one out. Ethan Buck won't let him have it, though. Big Ben gets it. Big Ben goes for the cross-ice pass, but it's behind Jack, so Gus skated up. Now it's back to Ethan. Ethan takes a shot wide right. This one's going to get back to Will. Will at the blue line, settles it down. Back in for Jack. Gets back to Big Ben on the backside of the net. Big Ben with the drop pass for Ethan. Ethan circles. Ethan goes back to Will. Will works it in. Takes a shot from the blue line. Too high, though. Big Ben takes a shot from the corner. Kind of a bad angle, though. It's going to work over to Will. Will drags around one, sends it back in deeper. Bandits get there in the corner. They're going to send this one up, and this one jumps over Will's stick. And it's back into Bulls territory. Will's going to get there, though. Circles, retreats behind the Bulls net. Goes to his brother Gus. Gus working it back around. After some pressure from the Bandits, Gus is going to go up to the blue line for Big Ben. He clears around his defender. Big Ben chips it into Bandit territory, and Bulls pursue. Pass comes out of the zone, though, and Gus is going to have to drop back for it. He circles wide, drops it off for his brother. Oh, no! Bandits take a shot, shut down by Elijah. They get it behind the net and go for the wraparound. Nothing doing, though. It's covered up. And we'll finally call or blow the whistle. Out for the Bulls, we're going to have Colton taking the face-off. He's got Fisher on his right, Caleb on his left. Back on defense, we've got Lucas Colemager and Keegan Brennan. Bulls win this one, but Bandits try to take a shot from the high slot. They take another shot from the hash marks, and Elijah snatches that one out of the air. 10-15 and counting here. Bulls chip this one back to the Bandits defense. They take a shot from the blue line, batted down by Caleb Doro, and he sends it up to Lucas Colemager. Lucas rushes up the near side boards, encounters some resistance, but works around his man. Lucas backhands one, looking for, can't tell who, I think that's Keegan on the far side. No, it's Fisher on the far side. Bandits working it out of their own defensive zone, but Keegan intercepts, chips this one back up for Colemager. Colemager can't hook up with it, though, and Bandits on the rush. Bandits working in. Caleb Doro pressuring his man out wide. They try for the wraparound. Elijah shuts the door.
Back door.
Caleb Doro loses his feet, and Colemager comes in to help him out. Colemager with a stick lift. They take a shot, intercepted by Caleb as he jumps back in the play. Caleb Doro, just an athlete out there. Here we go. Fisher Renicky trying to press forward, but the defense puts a skate on it. Back to Caleb. Caleb up to Colemager. Bandits retreating their own zone. Colemager trying to seal the boards there, but he can't do it. This one's going to get all the way back to Keegan in Bulls territory. No icing. Keegan works it around, goes wide, gets it out of Bulls territory and up to Colton. Colton up to Colemager. Colemager in the zone. He's got Bay Thomas with him. Oh, overruns the puck, though, and Bandits back on the rush. Bandits had to check up there, almost offsides. They take a shot, but it rolls wide of the net. Caleb Doro recovers. Caleb works around one, trying to get it over to Bay. Cannot hook up with her, though, and here comes Colemager in to tip it around his man. Colemager works it around behind the net, goes high, looking for Bay. That is a high stick tip, and we'll have a face-off in Bulls territory. All right, line changes for the Bulls here. We're going to have Bay taking the face-off. On offense, she's going to have Tripp and Jude with her. Back on defense is Remy and Sasha. Bandits win this one, send it wide. Sasha picks it up on the defensive end. He skates around behind the net, tries to hit Bay. He does. Bay's got some space now. She's got Jude Cody with her. Bay skates around wide. Bay in the zone, takes a shot. It's over the net. She loses her feet, though, and hits the boards hard. This one's going to just barely clear the zone. Remy trying to work it back in, but Bay couldn't get back on side, so we will have an offsides face-off in the neutral zone. They win this one back to Remy. Remy's going to skate it in as he's got a ton of ice in front of him. Takes a shot wide right of the net. Remy drops back to his defensive position. Bandits recover. Start to press out of the zone here. Defense dropping back in position. Sasha working his man into the boards. They take a centering pass, but Remy says, nope, get out of my yard. Sasha passing up looking for Tripp, but it's too far in front of Tripp's stick. Bandits working through the neutral zone. Poke check there from Sasha causes a turnover. He works it forward. Sasha in the zone. It's over to Tripp now on the far side boards. Tripp trying to work it in deeper. Tripp going to get called for a cross check there or a roughing or something. Tripp took a shot. That should be it. So Bulls will go back on a penalty kill as Tripp got a little handsy there. Oh, they're sending both of them. Okay, then I won't put penalties up. So where are we having a face-off then? Okay, we're going to face off in the Bandit zone. We'll go 5 aside. I think they got them both for roughing. Ethan Buck sends it back to Nate. Nate tries to work around one. Goes wide for Ethan, but it's intercepted as there wasn't quite enough on that pass. Gus Federley dropping back with Big Ben from the defensive position. Big Ben steals and recovers. Settles it down. Hits Jack Hooper right at the blue line. Jack loses it behind him as he skates in, though. And Bulls having to recover and get back on defense. Here goes Nate Key with a stick lift and the steal. Nate Key works it around. Shoots as he falls down. Can't get it to Jack, though, and they take a shot disrupted by Gus Federley. Gus going to play conservative and sit back there and block those two men that nobody was on. Gus now has it, goes wide. Not going to be enough on it for icing, but if the Bulls will hurry, they might stand a chance to intercept in that. Bandits toss it way down the ice, and we're going to have an icing. .406 left in the third. Colton Pennington out for the Bulls for the face-off. He's going to have, looks like Fisher and Tripp with him. Out back on defense, we have Caleb Doro and Will Federley. Oh, sorry. Coming in for Tripp will be Lucas Colmajor up on offense. Pennington wins this back to Will. Will settles it down, takes a shot from the blue line. Colton tried to tip that one in. Good decision there by Will. Here comes Fisher disrupting that play. They take a shot, and Caleb Doro blocks it with his chest. Say it with your chest. Caleb working it on the near side corner. Can't quite get this one out. Bandits pressing hard into Bulls territory. Will pushes his man into the boards, and Colmajor comes in and steals it away. Colmajor got Fisher with him. Passes it up for Colton. Colton back to Colmajor. Colmajor takes a shot, and I think it got blocked by a defender. They send it over in the corner. Fisher's going to recover. Fisher centers this one, trying to get it to Colmajor, but number 20 got in the way. They go back around. Colmajor puts a stick on it. And Colton's going to throw this one back in deep. Caleb's going to throw it back in deep for Colton. Bandits trying to work around. They get it to Colmajor, though. Colmajor takes a shot from the far side boards. Nothing doing. Fisher recovers. Tries to center one. Can't hook up with his man, though. And Bandits are going to press back towards Caleb Doro. Caleb puts a stick on it and slows it down. But they're going to loft this one deep into Bulls territory. Will retreats. Will to Caleb. Caleb
Get it out, boys.
cannot hang on to it, and they take a shot on Elijah. He just throws a glove on it and says, nah. So everybody take a big deep breath here because this game is over. 1 minute, 54 seconds left. Bandits win the faceoff. Pass in deep. Gets back to Keegan Brennan. Keegan goes wide looking for Tripp. Tripp can't hang on to the puck though. Jude Cody comes in to help him out. Keegan intercepts. Keegan presses forward. Keegan's got a whole lot of ice in front of him. He passes over to Tripp. Tripp's in the zone. Drags around one. Tripp trying to split the defense. Can't do it though. They toss this one out, beat the defense flat. It's a one-on-one rush with the goalie. And Elijah shuts it down.
Yeah, buddy.
47 seconds left. Jack, Ethan, Big Ben for the offense. Back on defense is Keegan and Sasha. Jack works this one forward, gets back to Big Ben. Big Ben hits maybe Ethan in space. Ethan drags around one, works it in, goes for the shot, deflected by the goalie. Over to Jack now. He has it in the corner. Only a few seconds left. Jack tries to center one for Ethan. Cannot connect though. And Sasha steps up from the defensive position to keep the Bandits from recovering this one. Now it's over to Ethan. Ethan circles. Ethan back to his defense. Shot from Sasha from the blue line. Deflected in right at the buzzer. And Sasha Dediu. I don't know if Jack deflected that in or what, but exclamation point on that game. We'll be back at 9:30 for the next game. It'll be the Bulls versus the Memphis River Kings. So we'll see you guys then. Go Bulls.